trained professionals.
No, we're on the same page all the time.
Chili bees.
Elric,
He had no
what's the best?
No leg.
Honeymoon.
All of them. Yep.
All of it.
Honey.
Stroke the stub a little bit. When was the last time she was here?
Will you marry me?
Last we left off, Lavos, you had awoken, if I'm remembering this correctly, in an unfamiliar place, not the cave.
Correct.
It was in a house, in a room that was warm. You were covered in furs. The room itself had a very primitive but cozy aesthetic to it. And as you woke up, you met, honestly, the first people that you've ever met, and as far as you're concerned. One of which is a teenage girl who seems to be the reason that you are alive and not in a frozen ice cube somewhere.
Yep. Vesha.
Vesha is her name, and her father, who is not too happy that
We're besties now.
Yeah.
that his daughter brought home a strange man, but is letting you stay nonetheless. You also met another important individual named Galleon Eldarian, who is a foreigner in these lands, but is your only form of communication with anyone, because he can speak the language you speak, which he says is Celestial.
Yeah, buddy.
You've had several days go by. You've learned how to better communicate through lessons with Galleon, with the people of Orvu speaking the language of Nako. You've attempted to hunt a hare and failed miserably.
Miserably.
Perhaps creating a unwanted reputation around town. At least everyone kind of knows you exist now.
Yeah, the hare hunter.
The hare hunter. You did eventually catch a hare. And you were able to keep your promise. Stay true to your
Make my
promise.
payments.
Make your payments.
The other half went to Vukju and Vesha, by the way. He didn't actually eat any of it.
Okay. And seeing your interest, Vesha had convinced her father to train you in the ways of hunting, as he is one of the better hunters in the village. You ended up learning how to track a boar, Vukju providing very little guidance on how to do such things. Simply said, learn to hunt or starve, and that was really your only form of guidance on that one.
Yeah. I found a third option, which was get impaled.
You did indeed get impaled and nearly died.
Yeah.
Like 1 hit point away. When Vukju stepped up and he killed the boar. Yeah, he killed the boar so that you would be safe. He was prepared to give you a healing potion, but then something very interesting happened. You began to change before his very eyes. And as you were fighting for your life, fighting for consciousness, fighting this survival, you heard a familiar voice of Arendelle in your mind, asking you, how much are you willing to give up for the cold, since you want the cold to make you? And once that deed was done, and that was that bond with the tundra, with the cold, with the frost, inviting that biting, chilling feeling into your body was completed.
Amen.
You achieved your first level in Warlock.
The timing, dude. I love how it always works out.
I know, seriously.
I really don't try, but I think subconsciously.
No, I know, but
it's
I think
it's amazing.
subconsciously my brain's like, just ramble enough to get there. But we will pick up on, as I said, there are days of the week. Sukuro. Sukuro. Sabrael is the month, and it is the 20th day of that month.
Sukuro. Sabrael?
Sabrael. Sabrael.
Sucralose Saber.
That's what I'm talking about.
Although my brain's not making. Oh no, that does make
You
sense.
said it was the 30th?
20th.
20th.
It is also your
Very-
20th day waking up here.
Let's go. It's my 20th birthday.
Let's go.
You've almost been here for what is that, like 3 weeks? You're getting somewhere. You have broken Nako, things of that nature.
Speak
and
very
today, of all days, Vesha has invited you to be her student as she teaches you how to paint. And I have to remember exactly where you're doing that. So one second.
paint. Let's go.
Go paint.
She invites
She gonna book.
you.
Oh.
She
Okay, I'm good.
invites you to Meloji. This is a name of a building. It is actually a name of where she works, and that is a
Meloji.
tattoo parlor.
Oh, that's what's up. I do have the tat on my neck, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I've never actually looked at, like, Lavos himself has never looked at it to see what it actually looks like or is. So,
I guess
interesting.
that might have, maybe that's what sparked her to offer to teach you, because she probably asked you, oh, who did that?
How you get that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone in the cave, I guess.
Then I'd probably say, no, you guys can talk about it while you're here. She would just kind of invite you and say that, you know, she can teach you what you need to know and answer all your questions while she's there. I had that moment already 8 minutes in to see if I had turned it on.
Let's
You're
go.
doing great. Life's hard.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I can get into character here. I am changing the song. My apologies. And I will actually put us on the map of Orville.
Orville.
So that you can see where Meloji is. Well, actually, it's this specific building. I just pinged the name for whatever reason. If it'll work, be my friend. No, what did I do?
Friend.
There we go. That is the building.
Ayo. Melody.
Okay.
Meljoji?
Meljoji.
Did I spell it wrong? It might be Meljoji, and I spelled it wrong in the packet, because as Josh loves to bring up, there are a lot of typos in here. I did not use spell check, nor do I care to. So we'll
To be
say
fair, it's
actually
several
Meljoji.
thousand words, so I think you get a pass.
And there's 3
That's
of them,
fair.
so...
Yeah, and there's
That's
3 of
also
them.
fair.
So I will open this up with you walking on the roads, approaching the building, in case there's anything you want to do prior to or look around, whatever. I don't care.
Am I walking with Vesha or
I would
just
say
myself
Vesha
going to meet her?
probably
there?
would have told you to meet her because she would have to go for work.
Okay. By this time, obviously the frostbitten embrace has fully worn off. I think he's just kind of lost in thought with the whole thing. Internally, he's every now and then asking Arundel, "Are you there?"
I would say you get no verbal response, but why don't you roll me a perception check?
Perception. First roll.
Whoop, whoop.
First roll.
14.
Could have been better. Could have been worse.
How often do you do this? Follow-up question.
Probably every couple hours.
Oh, okay. I would say every time you ask, you don't hear a voice in your head, but you always seem to notice some sort of creature, bird, chipmunk, fox, something just kind of like appear near you, kind of look at you, and if you don't really acknowledge it, it'll just walk away.
Okay, that's cool.
So I'll say.
Have I seen the White Raven at all anymore?
Not in that regard.
Okay.
And honestly, I just don't think so.
Yeah.
They approach Meloji. Sorry, Meljoji is what we're going.
Meljoji!
You approach Meljoji. You notice on the doorstep that there is there's a little Arctic fox just curled up.
Oh my god.
Sleeping.
I love him.
And you're not the only person walking in and out of this building. This building has quite a bit of traffic, and that Arctic fox is not moving.
I'm not gonna wake him up.
It doesn't, you almost feel like when you walk past him that you can't wake him up. He's in
Makes
his
sense.
slumber.
He's out.
So you enter Meljoji.
Yeah.
It has warm lamplight that fills this room. There are a bunch of different workstations. You can tell each one kind of has their own flair, like perhaps they belong to a different artist. You see people at the counter with the broken Nako. You can kind of pick up that they're trying to get a date, but are really struggling to find appointments. There are a couple artists in this room. Vesha's at her desk wrapping up something with a client. And the other one, mostly notable by the way the desk is laid out. It's in the back of the room, kind of by itself. There's an older gentleman, heavy set, round glasses, long white beard, long white hair, doing this massive tattoo that you can only imagine took hours and hours. He must have been working on this since the morning, if not the previous day, and the client had come back. It's just this massive, like, chest and shoulder all the way down into his sleeve that he's just kind of working on. It's in the zone. Is there anything else notable about this? Oh. You do notice around the room on the walls, there are some paintings and stuff, but there's also, like, these little pots of these glowing plants. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Do I see, he's curious about the meaning or the purpose of his tattoo. Do I see any in here that look somewhat similar to what I've seen mine to look like?
Why don't you roll me invest? No, actually, I don't feel like a roll is necessary. I take it back, sorry. You would immediately know, just kind of walking through the parlor, almost all of these are of some animal. They're not really like tribal designs, they're always of an animal. Whether it's the 6 venerated beasts, which you might have heard about in passing, or something more localized, like a badger.
I see. Okay. I just look around then for Vesha, see where she's at.
She's on the right side of this room. It's a very open concept, just by the way. Right side of this room, wrapping up with a client who's getting a tattoo on their ankle of a snake wrapping around it.
Oh, that's cool. I don't want to bother her with it, so if there's some area to wait, I'll wait away from it.
Front desk. Are you doing anything while you wait or no?
Nope. He's gonna be silent, just kind of thinking about everything.
In the next 10 to 15 minutes, you would see that client kind of get up, thank Vesha for her work, and then head to the front desk to handle payment.
Gotcha. She pay. What does she pay with? Is it
It's
hair?
not coin. You can see that they're in a discussion.
Okay. Interesting.
If you want, you could roll. What did I say you have to roll? I think
It was insight
history?
or history.
history.
Oh yeah,
Your
one of the
choice.
two.
Yeah, so it's gonna be history.
Let's go.
Yeah, buddy.
You could see that the client is saying that they already worked something out with a name that sounds very foreign on their tongue as they both speak it back and forth. That is Bartholomew.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's definitely like you can imagine hearing
Bartholomew.
Vesha and Vukju and also,
Yeah.
and then you hear Bartholomew. And
Bartholomew.
it really kind of sticks out to you as like, oh,
Do I get a feeling when they say his name what their affinity is towards him? Do they hate, like?
you have an insight check.
Aye.
It's a
Middle of the
little
road?
hard to tell considering he's not in the conversation with them and they're talking strictly about business. But I will say you can't really get the client's view on it, but the person working the desk seems to really revere this person, Bartholomew. For
Interesting.
respect.
Copy that.
Um,
I would stop eavesdropping and I'd go over to Vesha then.
She would be kind of cleaning her tools right away before she even puts them away or anything like that. Organizing her paints and things, making sure they're not drying out, all that jazz. Paints, inks, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. He's kind of just gonna stand there silently until she is done and acknowledges that he's standing behind her.
Yeah, she would just kind of, as she's working, not even really looking up at you, she would be like, "Hi, Lavos.
Hi.
I see you."
I help.
Sure.
I'm gonna try to do what I think makes sense. Like, I've been seeing her clean these for a second, and I'm gonna try to clean them too and put things away.
You want to roll me like a history check to see if you can properly
Yeah.
remember something that she does?
I like that.
Oh no! So
Stuck in my arm. I put him away here, right?
oh my gosh. I would say, while you're kind of closing the paint or the ink jars, you spill one.
Oh shit.
And she kind of pauses and looks at you and then goes, "It's okay. I make more. We make more together."
Okay. So sorry. I try to like scoop it back into the little bottle. I got ink all over my hands.
She kind of like puts her hands out like, "Stop. It's okay." And she'll like grab a rag and stuff and try to kind of clean it up. It is ink, so it's very difficult.
Keep my hand up. What make us? What us make?
This, as she points to all the ink jars, is Jabor.
Jabor.
Jabor is the. And she kind of pauses as you realize there's no real like word besides Jabor in the Nako language as she's trying to figure out how to describe it. And she says, "Like paint, it allows us to paint bodies."
Would I know that
Under
it's
skin.
ink?
It's
Do I know the word ink in Celestial to know that that's what this is?
yeah, I would say that. Yeah, and Celestial.
Okay.
Whenever you ask me, do I know
In
something,
Celestial,
I
then,
immediately go, "Do you know anything?"
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be asking that a lot.
No, you're fine. I just it makes me pause.
Yeah.
But continue. Sorry.
He would just say in Celestial then what he believes that to be, which is ink. But Jabor.
Jabor.
Okay. Jabor?
We'll
And he points to his...
Oh. I don't know.
You look many before? Okay.
We will find out more.
Okay.
But first, lesson. As she gets up and she walks you over to the left side of the parlor. You're kind of between two different workspaces of other people. One's like eating lunch and the other's actually working. And she walks you right up to this painting. As your gaze settles on it, hanging in a heavy wooden frame. It pulls you in with this stark contrast, a scene bathed in ethereal blue light set against the stark white of the frost-breath tundra. Sheets of pristine ice stretch out before you, dotted with snow-laden evergreens. In the distance, a jagged mountain range pierces the sky, its peaks shrouded in angered clouds. The epicenter of the painting explodes with captivating detail. A colossal gateway, carved from icy stone, stands as a centerpiece. Swirling patterns weave through the rock, painted in a luminous blue that seem to hum with a strange energy. On either side of this portal stand two figures, each commanding your attention in a different way. To your left, a woman cloaked in a simple grizzly bear hide stands defiant. Her hand extends towards the gateway, a beacon amidst the gathering storm. Behind her, a diverse pack of wild beasts, wolves, caribou, even a snowy owl, surge forward, their eyes gleaming with otherworldly resolve. Across from the woman, a chilling contrast emerges. A hunched figure draped in dark purple robes commands the opposite side of the painting. His form is lanky, almost gaunt, and twin tusks protrude from his jaw and slate blue skin. Eerie purple light emanates from his glowing eyes, casting an unsettling shadow over the scene. In response to his semantic movements, thick iron chains erupt from the ground, snaking menacingly towards the glowing gateway. As Vesha would say, "This is my favorite painting. I'm curious what you see in it."
I point to the woman. I know her.
You do. She looks at me like, what?
I saw her. Him. Saw him. I know her more. Cave, where you found me. I die.
Die?
I think. Yes, I think I die. Stomped by a stag. Not good.
Oh.
I open my eyes. Him. Speak to me.
Both of them?
And then...
Together?
Yes.
I think you dream.
But how would I dream them? I see them not.
Arendelle is the mother spirit.
That's her name. Yes. She told me.
Of course you can dream of her. She is the mother spirit. She comes to all of us.
Fuck was his name? Damn it, I was looking to see if I had it. I think I have it. Rujak! Rujak?
Uh-huh.
Rujak, okay, I got it. Rujak.
Mm-hmm. If he comes
how
to
I know?
You tell me. I don't know what I will do, but you tell me.
She come to me.
Oh, okay, that's
He
fine.
leave me alone. Rujak, bad.
Mm.
Okay.
It depends. To us, yes. To the trolls, he is a hero.
You speak them? Ever?
I pray. I think.
They are God?
No.
So why you pray?
To think. As she kind of turns back and points, and you see in the corner of her workstation, there is yet again that wolf. She bring me to him, and him to me. That is why I thank. She blesses all of us, but she is no god. She was once living.
Wow. So, if she's not God, how she still do things, make action when not living?
We are all connected, man and beast, through life and through death. I show you one day that the dad
I would like that.
here always have a chance to speak again.
Where go? I point to the portal.
I do not know, but that, as she kind of points more to the structure, is Kikri. Arendelle and Rujak fight for Kikri.
Is that where Galleon said he was going? Ooh, excitement build for Lavos.
Ooh, build!
Ooh, build. Kikri. Who make? And I just gesture to the whole painting.
I know not.
I want to know.
Is she going
Or look to see if it's like signed at all, anything like that.
Probably an investigation.
Investigation. Oh, shit. That's not bad.
You look, and you don't see a signature.
Okay.
But you see kind of like a smear in the bottom right.
As if like it was covered up, a signature?
Or just kind of messed up. It doesn't look like an intentional like wipe. It just kind of looks like a smear. If that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
It doesn't look like, let's obscure this.
Yeah,
it's just
it's
like it kind of got scuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Copy that. Beautiful.
Very.
You make painting like this? On...
Not like this. Here, we make tattoo of animals to represent different aspects of human. Do you know the venerated beasts? There are 6.
I hear. I do not know.
Over the video, it didn't. There are 6 venerated beasts dedicated to the strengths of humans. The first one is strength, physical strength, though. That is the Arctic wolf. The Arctic wolves live in the Whitewood Glade. That is where I met him. There's also the Tundran lynxes to the south. They represent agility and dexterity. They are in the snow-capped taiga.
Elrin.
You are a cat. No.
You're a polar bear.
That's so funny. Next is the polar bear. The polar
Nice.
bears, far, far south of Kikri, on the drifting ice, they represent vitality and constitution, being a hardy person. Then you have the Arctic foxes. They are intelligent and cunning. They are located in the Ojai Plain. In the Glacial Oak Forest, you have the snowy owls. They are wise and perceptive. And finally, in the ocean past the glassy shore, we have the whales, gray whales, and they represent social adeptness, charisma.
Riz. I know that one.
Don't riz the rizzle. I got rizzed by a whale.
I mean, it happens, dude. Have you seen
Damn
those
good
things?
whale.
Yeah.
These are the venerated beasts. These were the first beasts that Arendelle bonded to us to help us fight back the trolls many centuries ago.
Fight troll. Would I know that he is a troll?
Rujak?
The man's? Yeah. Or do I not know what a troll even is?
I just don't feel like you know what a troll is, but if you did, yes. But like, I just don't think you would know what a troll is.
Then he would ask, yeah. Trolls?
Rujak. No.
Oh. You kill Rujak!
Tusk. Tall. Always hunched. Dark.
More like Rujak.
Yes.
More. No more?
In the caves, where I found you.
Oh.
Trolls live there.
I'm...
Trolls used to
I
live
don't look them.
everywhere until we came. They refused to share. It caused war.
You fight this war
No,
long ago.
Long time ago. Many years.
Okay.
In Vuma, our neighbors, they still fight trolls. Make sure trolls don't come back.
Trolls try?
Yes.
Okay.
Rujak wants them to.
Rujak dead? Like Arendelle? No.
Some say Rujak undead.
This long ago.
Centuries.
What undead?
As if you die, heart no beat. She's like, try to speak simply for you because it's a complicated subject.
Breath no.
Mind,
Sans breath.
mind work. Muscles work, but the heart no beat.
He checks real quick if his heart's beating. Because, like, he died.
Roll me a medicine check.
Come on, that one. Come on. Yes.
You are so concerned right now. And when you first kind of check, you get nothing. And then you realize your heart drops into your stomach and you go, oh.
I found it. There it is.
And she kind of laughs as you check and she says, you are too kind to be undead.
Cool now. The only one I know how to say.
Do you want to look at this painting in any kind of in-depth way, magically, historically?
Yeah.
Maybe
If I can,
even
if-
religiously, your choice. I'll say this. I have information for all three categories.
I would love to do a historical check on it, but I don't know the history of it. So like, I feel like the only one I could even glean would be a magical, like determine or detect some sort of a magical essence to it.
Okay.
So I guess I'd go with that one.
Okay.
I should have chosen Arcana. Oh well,
Okay.
not bad.
Damn it! I didn't even mute.
Bless you.
Thank
It's
you.
okay. I be coughing in this mic all the time. Sorry, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
So you notice. Hi, YouTube. No, you notice that there is actually a faint hum of magical energy emanating from the painting. Particularly concentrated around the glowing gateway.
Okay.
The symbols that are etched into the gateway, you note that they are similar to like ancient runes that you've seen in Galleon's book while spending time with him. But you could only assume it's like powerful spells with origins you don't know, depicted in this painting. You also get this feeling as your breath gets a little heavier, visibly. You get the sense that the artwork might not just be a painting depicting the scene, but rather a magical record of an actual event, if that makes sense, like captured.
Interesting. So it's like a picture.
Yeah, almost.
I see. How'd it get smudged then? Interesting. Okay.
I'll say this, and you can do an investigation for this. Are you looking at any part of the painting more in depth?
I would love to. I'd love to take this thing off the wall, look at the back of it, and all that shit. But like, I don't think she's gonna let me do that.
Roll me an investigation.
Yeah,
and
I will.
see
I'll
you
kind of like
looking
pee. Behind the wall. Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
Not good.
Okay. As you already know, you recognize the two figures. You figured out who they are.
I did it.
You get a sense of familiarity with the symbols on the gateway, but as usual, you cannot place it. And then there's one
Familiarity.
other thing. At the center of the gateway, there's a prominent symbol that bears an uncanny resemblance to the symbol on the inside of your journal.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I love Asha's theme, side note. It's such a vibe.
It's so good.
Anyway.
This one bop.
It's un bop. It really is good. Copy that. So you said the runes on the gateway I've seen, they were somewhat similar to what I've seen in Galleon's book as well.
Yeah, just in the sense of like, you know that these symbols are used for magic, not for writing or communicating.
Makes sense.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I don't want to bother Vesha with that because I don't think she'd know with it. But he does want to lock that away to talk to Galleon about later. Okay. I've investigated it. I've sensed it for magic. I doubt she's going to let me walk out of here with it.
Nope.
So.
You can certainly try.
she will then kind of outstretch her hand, not touching the painting, like a good 4 inches off the painting, and gesture to the portal.
Long way.
And she said, "This part, made with jabor. We make jabor."
We make jabor.
Hmm? And she kind of points to her desk.
We make Jabor.
Okay. Jabor is a bit, You know the word temperamental? Sassy? You would have heard Fuchu call Vesha sassy multiple times.
I just kind of point at her.
Yes! Yes!
Vukchu.
Yeah.
No.
Jabor, like me, sassy.
He looks at his hands that are still stained from the ink he tried to clean up earlier and just kind of nods his head, yes.
And she kind of starts pointing to you. We need that. And that.
I grab it.
And she turns and she like takes a clipping of the glowing plants. This. And she kind of lays them all out. You make. I tell. This is Nightshade Lumen. All Jabor made with this.
Okay.
This plant grows next to Fatrixite.
Fatrixite. He tries to repeat in the language.
Fatrixite, blue ore, blue stone. Magical.
Would I have seen any of it around
Did
or no?
Gallion mention it when he talked to him? I can't remember.
No, I don't think he did. I think he was more. He had only mentioned the gravitational pull of magic within Kikri.
Roll me a history check. This will determine if you've seen it or not. Okay. In the cave, especially when you were like in that in and out phase and you had somehow wound up outside the cave and the two beings were there, you would have seen these particular ores, gemstones kind of poking out of the rocks of the mountain, just glowing and blue. And that's a 17. I'll say you even notice like within them it almost seems like there's galaxies and stars within them.
That's sick.
Very magical. Just even in your memory and with your just being a warlock, you know that those ores were definitely very magical. Lumen is sassy, like me, like Fatrixite. Gentle, precise. As she kind of pushes a mortar and pestle towards you.
I take it.
And she kind
of just fucking smash it.
She's going to like demonstrate exactly what she does when she makes it.
Okay.
Every time, precise, with purpose. And she then lets you take it.
He tries to mimic exactly how she did it.
That's gonna be a sleight of hand check.
My dex ain't good, y'all.
That feels so weird.
But it's fine right now.
Let's
Okay,
go.
I know, right?
Okay.
Went from-
He said, "I learn fast."
Yeah.
I know how to handle
You
sassy.
Lavos.
And you notice as you grind it up that this liquid starts to kind of separate from it. Almost think of like mercury in the way that it is, I guess.
Yeah.
But it
Kinda
is that cobalt blue.
Oh, that's cool.
Good. Very, very good. Anyway,
He just kind of locked on, still doing it.
she's like, it took me how many tries? You just pick it up. And she goes, now we add these. And she kind of pushes 3 vials. One you notice is this crushed gemstone. It's of a purplish hue. Out of character, you would know this to be amethyst.
Be what? I'm sorry.
Amethyst, crushed amethyst.
Amethyst. Okay.
This, she kind of looks at the vial for a second. Be quick with it. It smells. This
Okay.
is bat
Will do.
guano.
Oh. Much in cave.
And then once you have that kind of mixed in, and you notice it starts to become more malleable. Because like before, that liquid was almost kind of escaping your... Which part's the pestle? Which part's the mortar? I'm assuming the pestle's the...
I'm pretty sure the mortar...
I have no
Fuck
idea.
me.
You always use it together. I don't know. That's so funny.
What is the mortar? The mortar is the durable bowl.
Okay, I was
that
right.
makes
So the
sense.
pestle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you notice, like, as you were
Hilarious.
grinding up the Nightshade Lumen, that liquid was seeping out, but like when you would put your pestle down, it would kind of just like move out of the way. And now that you're
Yeah, that's
adding
what's
the ingredients in, it's starting to become more malleable and like tangible, if
Combined.
you will. Yeah, and
I
it's
see.
combining in order to create that effect.
Gotcha.
Last 3 drops of this. It's a white
this?
liquid.
I'm being silent.
I did it on purpose.
Spooked you?
Ew! That's her dad!
I know.
This is disgusting. She goes, milk.
Oh, much better. 3 drop?
3 drop of deep broth milk.
Oh.
That is why I was in cave when I found you.
Lucky.
Very.
I put 3 drop.
You kind of, she just kind of gets this warm smile on her face as you successfully make the jabor that you had originally spilled, and replaced it. But she hands, like, if you hand it to her when you're done,
Yeah.
she'll hand it back to you. Keep for you. Paint.
Paint or
Here or
paint?
here. Paint wherever. Not my wall. Or my bed. Or him. Don't paint. The wolf kind of looks. You can see the wolf
No.
looks like visibly confused but also alarmed. Like, what?
If I paint me, it stay.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh.
She holds up this needle. And it's not like a tattoo pen that's like electrical. It's more mechanical, but it is automatic. She doesn't have to like hit it.
Oh, okay.
It's just, you can see there's like a glowing blue sphere in it, and then there's
That's cool.
gears that kind of
Interesting.
turn when she turns it on. So it's a tattoo pen, but I don't want you to think it's like a legit, like you plug it
Yeah.
in. You start going.
That makes sense.
It is still kind of like a magic item. This
That make
jabor
last
under skin.
Hmm.
Hurt
and
little.
stay.
and stay. That maybe Bartholomew know.
Who Bartholomew? I hear it. I hear name.
My boss, Bartholomew. And she points to this heavyset man working on this masterpiece. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. It's an octopus with the head here.
Oh, I thought you meant he was.
No, he's not.
Okay, sorry.
The
Go ahead.
tattoo that he's working on. The tattoo he's working on is an octopus that kind of
Okay,
covers
gotcha.
the shoulder and goes down.
That's cool.
I saw that. Justin wants that tattoo.
Oh,
that
hell
looks
yeah.
sick.
Yeah, so.
Bartholomew. Does he look like he's from here?
No. No.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm still talking
He
in
not.
accent. No.
I would have speaking in very simple terms by the end of tonight.
I know, right?
It's so hard when you do it for me not to do it back to you. And I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's almost also in character too, because when somebody hears you talking slowly, they're also gonna talk slowly so that you
That's a fact.
understand.
100%.
You can ask.
He not from here.
No.
He and Galleon only foreigners and me.
He no longer foreigner.
Outsiders. I don't know, foreigner.
He no longer from outside. He earned his place. He complete Neshaksal.
Neshaksal.
Neshaksal. Typically, when you are 10 years of age, you become adult, and you venture to Kikri by yourself to get your blessing from Arendelle. He do later, adult. He become one of us.
I do later.
If you want.
Talk him?
Yes, he's very good. He can talk while
Oh,
doing. He
Okay.
trained me and everyone. Really.
amazing. I go talk him.
I introduced.
Thank you.
She walks over with you. And she goes, I feel like she would have a name for you.
Yeah.
I feel
Loser.
No, that's her fault.
Oh, I thought you made a name for me.
I was like, there's no way everyone calls him Bartholomew. That's such a long name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably calls you BB because of your initials.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, what's up, baby?
BB.
BB.
Or Barty. But I feel like BB makes more sense when she goes.
Yeah. BB's just cool too.
Hey, BB. I have a friend
Hey,
that
what can
wants
I
to
do?
speak to you.
Alright, what's your friend's name?
Lavos?
Lavos.
Lavos. Not a name I've heard around these parts exactly. Hold still. New around here?
Yeah, very.
Oh,
Bartholomew, not name I hear either. You
Oh.
also outside.
He's very new.
Mhm.
My apologies. I'll speak slowly.
Is okay. I learn.
Yes.
I say in Celestial. Do you know this one?
Does he? I don't think so. Yeah. I look at Vesha.
He
Understand?
Wake up. Wait, I can talk normally. I'm talking about him. He
Yeah.
woke up with no memory.
No memory.
He's learning everything again. First time, I don't know.
How long ago did he get here?
20 days.
He's learning
20
very
days.
quickly for only 20 days of a new people.
He's smart.
You're
Galleon,
impressive.
help me.
Guardian.
Traveler.
He's the
Outside.
foreigner that
Wizard.
was in here.
The wizard.
Wizard.
Right. He was in here earlier asking me some questions. Oh, Lavos, don't mind me. This is a bit of a lengthy project that I got to make sure I'm on time for. But what can I do for you?
I hear you. Oh, what the hell should we call it?
I forgot.
I forgot the damn name.
Patrick's eye or? which
No,
one?
no,
The
the ritual that he.
The, like,
Oh,
coming of age.
Neshaksal.
Neshaksa. Thank you.
I'll type it in chat for you. It's
Okay.
got a funny spelling. Oops. And
I hear you. You complete Neshaksa.
Right, I did.
How long prepare for?
How long did I spend preparing?
Probably years. If
Okay.
not.
Also, I can't
months
read that,
to
what
a
you
year.
tasted.
Oh.
Oh. Lol.
I'll just put it in your language.
Sweet.
I got you.
I got it.
Oh, well.
Apparently,
Ayo.
initial check. I prepared for years, really. It is a process of honor and one you want to dedicate yourself to. Not go into it lightly.
Journey dangerous.
Journey far. And frost breath dangerous. No matter where you are.
Boars. Stags.
Boars, stags, wolves, other terrifying beings.
At least no polar
Must make
bears.
alone.
Right, no polar bears. What was the last thing you said?
Must make alone.
Aye. Yes. Sorry.
Aye.
The speech.
He's saying it in their language. I see.
Are you planning on it?
Yes.
Well,
Hopefully soon, but if many years, I'll have to be fast.
I suppose so. But you're already speaking a tongue that you haven't ever heard before in 20 days, and if I might say so, rather well.
Good teacher.
Well, then my advice to you is you find a good teacher for this as well.
Resist tundra.
Resist, yes, and learn. Learn of the tundra. Know how it can harm you so that you're prepared.
Vukju's helping him.
Oh, Vukju. Well, you're off to a good start then. He's good.
Yes.
Why? Why do you want to make the Neshaksal yourself as well?
To be adult, it was, I think. Prove.
Accepted. All of those things.
Survive.
Well, if you want, I can take you through what I did for it.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, that'll take a little bit more concentration than what I have right now, but perhaps after hours.
Yes, I meet here in shop.
Sure. I'll keep it open for you.
How long?
Oh, how much longer? I probably got a few hours left on this yet.
A few hours then.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I'd be happy to tell it to you.
I want to hear.
Well then, Lavos,
Dinvel.
Dinvel. That's different from the names around here as well.
Everything about me.
I was seeing that. Right, well, Lavos Dinvel. I'll see you after hours then.
Thank you. But Bartholomew.
Aye.
Thank
Bartholomew. Bartholomew.
He swallowed his tongue.
Brumhumthicht.
Bartholomew.
You call him BB2.
BB2.
Easier.
BB2.
No. BB.
Oh, BB.
As same as me.
BB.
I
BB
think-
You're going to
Samuel.
like this one, I
BB.
think.
Okay. Thank you, BB. Big baby.
Are you? Do you want to ask him about your neck tattoo, or leave that for after?
I'm gonna ask him that later.
Okay.
Once I come back to the shop.
Like to do now? Anything?
Can I? What was it called? Shit, I forgot the word she used for tattoo. Jabor. For the ink, I guess. You, Jabor. Me.
No.
Sometime.
Oh.
Sometime.
You have to pick what you want.
I know.
Jabor is more than tattoo, more than art. Jabor affect you.
How?
Jabor can make you strong. Jabor can make you smart. It depends on type of Jabor ink.
Not on what. It depends on ink, not on what ink look like.
I make ink look like whatever you want.
I know what I want. I don't know how I want it to make me yet. I think on this.
It is not decision to be made quickly. It is permanent.
I understand. I know I want. I just make sure.
You have to do me a huge favor though. Jabor costs lots.
Anything.
I think.
Okay. Thank you.
I have another client.
Okay.
You okay?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, where Galleon?
If I had to guess, Ime. Ask anyone. It's down the road.
Ime. Okay. Arigato.
Arigato gozaimasu. Just Bartholomew just like stands up.
If I ever saw him do that, I think I would just roll on the floor laughing.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so you're gonna look for Galleon?
Can I take my Jabor with me? The one that I made?
Yeah, she
Or
gave
is
it
that
to you.
there with her? Okay, cool. Sweet. Then yeah,
Free
I
sample.
go look for Galleon.
Okay. You are heading to Ime. She said it was right down the road.
Yeah.
I would ask you if you're going top or bottom, but that's a map, so.
Did she point a direction
Yeah,
when she
she
said
like
just
that.
down the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he just traversed in that direction,
okay.
then down the road.
Then as you're walking, you would eventually see this pretty large building compared to the other ones. You've only really, I think, ever seen one other building of this size, maybe two. And you know those to be like government buildings, if you will.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's still a village with like a chieftain. But you locate Ime. Ime is right next to Adarsha, which you would know is where like the shamans meet when they need to discuss
cool.
something important. You would have seen that happen a few times. They also do it when they need to consult the spirits or the venerated beasts, which is like every day.
You consulting the spirits right now, Josh? She said that you were immediately.
Yeah, I was just suddenly curious if this was the same village that. Well, it's completely irrelevant. It was a genuine curiosity about the NPC that I played during the Frostbreath one shot. If this is the same village that he's from, because I remember he was a shaman.
Well, he's from Jufik.
Oh,
Which is
okay,
where the
I couldn't remember the name of
Where
it.
the Trunjan lynxes are from.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're from. You get the point. Same area.
Yeah. Yep. Just a general wondering.
You notice that this building, unlike the other buildings, this one's built out of stone instead of wood.
Interesting. Okay.
It has a different architectural style to it. Well, some of it represents those Viking longhouses that I've described previously. This one has a bit more of like, what are they called? Locks? Scottish locks? The castles. Am I correct?
Oh.
Is it called a lock?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah. Oh
It
wait,
looks... Yeah.
there's a lake.
Yep. Well, I mean,
Well, not
but
Loch
there's a
Ness.
castle on
Oh,
it.
you know what? Loch
Yeah.
might be the area. Either way.
Oh,
I see.
Kind of like a medieval Scottish vibe to it, on top of
Okay.
Viking. So it's a very unique building.
Yeah. I like that.
And there's some stairs going up. You do notice that there are. I would say there are two wolves outside watching. And as you approach, they look directly at you. One of them puts their paw a little forward.
You said they were wolves? Or sorry, foxes.
Wolves.
Oh, wolves, okay. Put his paw forward?
Yeah, so like he watches you, and as you start walking up the stairs, its paw moves forward, like.
Oh. I see. I try to take another step forward.
It stands up.
I back up.
The other one stands up too.
Galleon? I say in the language. I see Galleon.
You know what? Roll me an animal handling check.
You understand me? Animal handling. About right.
The wolves would kind of get up and walk towards you. Not like they're gonna pounce on you, but just kind of
Sure.
like they both kind of go like this right in front of you.
Okay.
As like you can't pass kind of thing.
I see. I wait here.
The wolves would yip at each other. And then one just kind of like shake its head and then go and literally open the door. Like, kind of stand up and open the door and walk in. And the other one is still blocking your path.
I kind of think back to what the fact that every time that I've called on Arendel's name, there's been an animal around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to tap back into that feeling, that knowledge of oneness and connection that I felt with her and through her with the tundra and the wildlife around.
Roll me a spell check.
A spell check. Okay.
Yeah, so your charisma.
Fuck is that?
Proficiency, I believe, right?
yeah.
So, can I just do that from within this, or do I have to manually type this
I
out?
don't know, but you can just roll a charisma check and add your proficiency bonus
Oh.
to it.
That's fair. Charisma. This is going to be plus. What's my proficiency? Plus 2? So it's a 24.
Damn.
Fucking A.
All right.
Kind of tap into that. The wolf that went inside is kind of long dog.
Damn, what a wolf.
Stretchy wolf. It's Elrin. Elrin's going to stretch there.
Oh my god. I told you this session was gonna be a mess.
Oh my god.
The wolf that went in the building is long gone. The heavy door kind of almost slams shut just from the weight of the door.
Yeah.
But this one, you notice it kind of sit back for a second and then kind of look up at you. And as it looks up at you, its kind of yellowish eyes have turned green.
Oh, wow.
As it looks to you, I don't want gonna do? It's
Speak.
24. And it kind of like, I think it's just gonna kind of nod towards you, like say something kind of like,
Huh.
I don't know. What am I doing?
I mean no harm. I'd say in Celestial.
I just kind of looked at you.
Do you know her? Erindo. You just nods? So do I. We friends.
The wolf will go and open the door. And kind of with its body hold it open for you.
Who's a good bull?
It's still like in my mind, yeah, like the back leg. The other wolf is there. His eyes also green. As it doesn't seem like it got too far. The two wolves make eye contact, and the other one kind of just like leads with its nose, like looks at you and then leads with its nose in a direction.
Copy that. I would. Oh, I want to pat him on the head. I would rub his head. I would rub his head as I pass by.
You see him like stone face, and then like as you step away, the tail starts wagging.
Thank you. I'd go in the direction that he had pointed.
You would hear the door kind of slam close behind you. Not really good at preventing that from happening.
Yeah.
This wolf guides you in, and you realize that there's not much in this building. Not much at all.
Okay.
And as you walk towards this kind of central chamber, and that's when you see something for the first time. I just want to say, at first it looks like a fountain. No water, just like in terms of structure, it looks like a fountain. And then you kind of notice these pillars, 6 pillars, around this fountain, holding up a dome ceiling. From those pillars are these heavy iron chains that all connect to this floating fat trick site. Massive. Probably like the size of you, if not a little bigger.
Wow.
And you can see it, you can hear it humming, you can feel, almost like when it's about to rain, this pressure of magic in the room, as it kind of hovers there, and it's got this beautiful, like, display of decorative stone under it. You also see 2 individuals there. For the sake of if there's a conversation, I'll say a female shaman.
That's
older,
fair.
Hair not quite fully gray, but graying. Soft face, round features. These dark, inviting eyes. Talking to Galleon. no description. Just talking to Galleon.
That one guy.
Can I hear at all what they're saying? If it sounds like mega important, he doesn't want to.
Roll me insight or history to see if you can understand it. They're not talking quietly, and this chamber is echoey.
I ain't no shit.
You're having a really difficult
McDonald's.
time. They're using language that is far more advanced than what Galleon has already taught you.
Yeah. Then I guess I'd be unceremonious.
The woman would kind of turn. Her gaze would meet the dog's gaze. Her brows would furrow before her eyes flash green.
Wow.
And then she'll just look at you, kind of suspicious. but not like get out, just kind of like
Right.
what? And then the dog will turn around, and as the dog's, why am I calling this a dog? That's so rude. The wolf will turn around, and as the wolf is walking away, you'll notice the green kind of just fade from its eyes.
Interesting. Okay. Galleon?
Lavos, good to see you again. Sorry.
This is a bad time.
No, we were just having a discussion around, well, the nature of what you see here.
Fatrixite?
Fatrixite, and a very powerful source at that. My apologies, and I would turn to the one I was talking to. This is
right now.
this is Lavos. He's new to town and still learning the language. Lavos. Oui, CC.
Ridiculous.
No, he doesn't know that spell yet.
Ridiculous!
Stop.
You were saying?
Sorry, she's currently gathering her thoughts.
Oh,
there's something you needed. Is there something I can do for you, Lavos?
I have. It's been a busy day. I have quite a few questions.
As I'm sure.
Some of them would require that we go somewhere too, so we don't have to right now. But when you're free, I have many questions.
The nature of what I would be talking with her about, is it like a secret of the village, or like would she care about prying?
You know that it took you quite some time to get privilege to access this building. What you were talking about is not necessarily secret, but the device itself is heavily protected. You will notice there's no guards or anything. Throughout the entire village, there's no guards.
The wolves.
There are these wolves that watch. There are other creatures that do the same. But in this room, there's literally nothing, almost as if they keep it empty on purpose.
Radiation sickness. Got it.
Well, Lavos, the nature of what we're discussing in here is very high levels of magic, and in particular, we were just discussing the arcane harmonic resonance within the Fatrixite itself and the surrounding components of such a discussion. It has taken quite some time to secure this, so unfortunately it is of high priority to me, but I would gladly meet up with you afterwards.
Of course. You know Meljoji?
Yes, I was just there a couple of days ago.
So I heard, actually. Something intriguing there, and I would like your insight.
I'd be happy to provide it then. After
Later.
I'm done here, I will meet you there.
Okay. I'll be around.
You,
All right.
Lavos, you said?
Lavos, Dinvel.
You... outsider.
Me outside.
He new speaker of Nako.
I can hear that. I'm
Yes, of course.
curious. You know of Arendelle?
I do.
You have
She
not...
speak me. I hear.
Interesting.
What I want to talk with you about, I say in Celestial to Galleon later.
And she kind of at
Busy
the
day.
same time will go to Galleon and go, the shamans will want to speak to him.
In Celestial. I'm very intrigued then. I would, as soon as I'm done here, I will make my way over there. I'll try not to keep you waiting.
Well,
Understood.
you must.
We will, I will allow me to sort of be part of that discussion if it's within realm that I ask.
Shamans, speak me.
Yes. Arendelle does not speak to everyone.
Okay. Privilege.
Yes.
We speak then. After.
We shall call upon you when the time comes.
Okay.
You're a very curious person, Lavos Dinvel. I'm happy to have met you.
I would be lost without you. I'm glad you were here.
I'm happy to have been of aid. And as I've mentioned, I will meet up with you shortly after.
Of course. I'll be out there.
All right, fair tidings. And then I would turn back to her.
So
and
as we were
continue-
talking,
Yeah. So like really now. Girl, please.
Yeah, what you do?
are you going to wait for Galleon before you go back into Meljoji?
Are there hairs?
Not for long.
Roll me a survival check.
Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna pass my time one way or another.
Oh, bitch! God.
You find actually their burrow.
Oh shit.
Well,
Okay.
a burrow, I should say.
A burrow.
To say there's only one burrow of rabbits here is a little dramatic.
You found the hair, bro?
You can see a number of rabbits in this area.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I haven't casted a spell yet. Do I feel like I can? Like, I don't want to meta it and be like, I Eldritch Blast this motherfucker, you know? But like,
I wouldn't say you feel. I feel like that's. You don't really feel like you can. Like, I just.
yeah.
Does he still feel like the Arctic flowing through his veins?
Yes. And I will say, instead of feeling like you can blast energy out of your fingertips, I'll say there have been a couple times where you've noticed like frost build up on your fingertips, very strangely, or like, maybe if you've gotten kind of upset or anything, you've noticed like almost pins and needles throughout your body growing.
I see.
You'll notice those
Okay.
things that you found very peculiar, but not necessarily like shooting magic out of your palms.
Gotcha. I don't think I'd try then. Honestly, he wants to just get more in touch with this resistance slash getting used to the cold, and so I feel like he kind of not go immediately back there. If anything, he's going to stay outside, like laying in the snow, to feel the cold on him. And probably just right outside this building, like a little ways out, so that he doesn't miss Galleon and whatever the other dude's name was.
I feel like if you're not that far away, I
Doing
feel
snowing.
like the wolves are like. But as you're laying in the cold, you can roll me a Constitution check.
Check. Okay. Let's go, dude.
You know, whenever I say these things, I'm like, oh, what's the DC? You never think, oh, what if he crits?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you actually making snow angels?
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't think so. I just wanted to check. So as you're kind of laying in the snow, you can like kind of hear the hairs move around once you've been there for a moment. Kind of like,
Yeah.
is it a log? They kind of hop around you. You can hear the birds. You look up. You
I hear
can
this
see
song.
I feel like the song's gotta change right now, to be honest.
It's a bit of like a jazzy bluesy vibe, which is
I
not
don't-
quite the vibe right now.
I don't really have one that's like super calm. Maybe this. So dramatic. I'll work on it. I'll work on it.
Oh, this one was good.
I love this one.
And you're laying there, and your skin begins to almost burn from the cold as you keep laying there. You don't move. And as you just kind of keep looking up, you notice the sensation on your throat. This bitterness, this chill, but it's different. It feels like instead of it going inward, it's going outward back into the world.
Ooh.
And again, you feel that build up on your fingertips. And when you look at them, there's icicles just kind of forming on them. Never seen anyone else do that.
Nope.
You don't really know
That's
where it's
special.
from. And I will say, you hear Arendel's voice this time. As it says Lavos in the song.
Lavos!
You hear Arendel's voice this time. It says, "You've asked the cold to make you. But what will you make cold?"
I don't know.
Until you
I
figure
don't know.
that out, the cold cannot give you all of its benefits. It's not just survival you find in. There's more to it.
I understand.
Sorry, I was vibing.
I know, right? I was like,
oh.
It's a good ass song.
You are on the right path, Lavos. For within the cold, I find community.
Why me?
When you are ready, seek me at Kikri, and I will tell you what I know.
You're in Kikri.
That is where I reside.
I will. I will.
You must first be ready.
I'm trying to.
The cold has given you its blessings, but you must grow your own strength and vitality to survive.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
Need no thanks. As her voice kind of echoes out and fades.
I give it anyway. She says as she dissipates.
Okay, back to Orvu's theme, because we can.
But timing.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Okay, it's been a few hours as you hear those heavy doors open. They're dramatic, to say the least.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Galleon, you would walk out onto the road.
I'd sit up in the snow.
Lavos.
Yeah.
Apologies, it took longer than expected. But
No apology necessary.
oh, I'm here now. What was it you wanted to show me?
Come with me.
course.
Do we talk with shamans today?
Did she tell me?
You get the sense when she said the shamans will call on you when the time comes that it might take a little while.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, I think it's a little bit out of our control. Probably more often than not, we'll hear from them when they're ready.
That is fine by me. I have many questions, as I said.
Quite certain.
We can walk and talk. Yes.
Of course.
Okay. I did not share everything with you the day that I first met you. I didn't know what I could share, and what I did know felt like my only possessions, so to share them felt wrong.
I don't blame you. I would have probably done the same in your position.
I spoke to Arundel, and the fuck was his name?
Rujak.
Rujak! And Rujak. In the cave, well, you were there. You DM'd it for me. I got...
Right, of course.
And there's our beloved Zalir breaking the fourth wall.
You died to a stag, if I forget.
No, I didn't! I remember that wrong.
Don't just blast.
Shut up, old man! The future is now.
When you say you spoke to them,
I mean, I actually spoke to them. I died in the caves. I told you of the stag that stomped me in the caves when I went for the berries. When I opened my eyes next, I saw them, Arundel, Rujak, and they spoke to me. And Arundel said I was chosen. I passed. I proved myself. I don't know how. And she extended her hand towards me, and next thing I know, I'm waking up in Vesha and Vukchu's home. And you're there, and all of this.
it's fascinating.
I've mentioned this for, well, many reasons. One, where I'm taking you, I've seen a painting now of Rujak and Arundel. Memory loss, you know. and they're extending their hands toward this portal, and it has these engravings and carvings on it that I've seen that look somewhat similar to what is within your books that you read. And have you seen this painting?
I saw many paintings when I was in there before.
This one's very grand.
Wow. But by all means, show me. If it's has any sort of arcane symbology on it, then I would be most curious.
I also need to share with you that when Vukchu took me out hunting, something happened. I changed, and I feel it, and I don't know what it is. I was impaled by the boar and on the brink of death. Vukchu reached for a potion or some sort of cure, and I felt it was important I didn't take it. I felt it was important I experience whatever it was. And what it was the cold. Very cold. And I heard her, and she told me. It chose me. I told her I wanted it to make me. I don't wanted the cold to make me, not break me. And she said it chose me. And I don't know what that means, but I feel now different.
I saw when you returned this on your neck. I thought it was simply a result of frostbite. I've seen stranger occurrences.
No.
Do you think this has to do with, then, this choosing of you?
The timing would be curious. If not,
I believe I've made some sort of a deal, and I would not change that. But I would like to understand it. What can I do with it? What is it? And I know nobody else to ask or speak to this fluently but you.
Of course, it would make it difficult by itself. I will say that the people of this region are they hold a deep regard for these individuals, some more than others. I would tread lightly. It's not telling you to be secretive or hide it from anyone, but just tread lightly and be mindful of your speech. If it's ever taken as, well, they might be happy to share their knowledge should they know. Unfortunately, I don't know much of the deities of this region. As I said, I'm far from here. A foreigner only begins to scratch the surface by comparison. But I would be happy to facilitate any conversations between you and another to help ease communication. Plus, if I'm being entirely honest, I'm highly curious of this. It's a strange occurrence out of here.
Yes. Yes. No, I would want you there. I don't expect you to have all the answers. I just need to talk to somebody about it.
Absolutely. It's over the course of 20 days, you emerge in a village, and you are one of the only people here who actually speak to the deities that they hold in, well, deities, venerated figures, I'm not entirely sure, but that they hold in high
I was
regard.
told they were not gods, which perplexed me, as
Suppose that's one mystery
beyond
now.
death, they still exhibit much power.
Simply dodging death does not make one a god.
I assume not.
Can I make an Arcana check on that? Okay.
Don't mind us.
Yeah.
Jeez, Louise.
He failed.
Did you want to answer the question marks, or did you? What were you looking for in particular? An answer to the things that are question marked, or?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, 22. I would say with the nature of the design and the stretched out, almost runic shape,
My tattoos.
you would get the feeling that it's the first one rather than the second one. But there is enough within the design to make you question if it's the second one. There's something unique about it.
I would just kind of take out my large notebook and start flipping through some pages.
That symbol on your neck, or if I'm not mistaken, it's an arcane imprint. It's very rare, very powerful. Anybody from one that's been chosen by a patron to one that's been chosen by the divine could experience such a thing. But one thing is for certain, this is no ordinary tattoo.
You mean it's
Sort of
imprinted
like-
by Arendelle?
That would be my best guess, yes. And sort of like a mark. As far as to the intent of the mark, I can only venture a guess, although I will dig through what notes I do have with me. Unfortunately, the majority of my notes are far away from here in my lab back home, so I have limited knowledge and
What
access.
can people
but,
with these arcane imprints do?
well, depending on the extent of it, some are simply marked for a possession reason. This thing that I marked belongs to me. Depending on the nature of such a mark, it could be imbued with certain powers or gifts, as some might call them. Along with it, a person could start exhibiting affinity for magic or something of the sort, depending on the extent of it.
As I have said, I'm a scholar, a researcher, so I wish to never put forth something as fact until it has gone through the proper channels to be proven. But, that being said, these are my hypotheses.
Thank you for sharing them.
Of course. I understand it must be scary. Or perhaps not.
Exciting, but I don't know why, and I don't know what to do with it. And I need to figure that out.
Well, if you'd like, we can explore the possibility of the extent of these arcane imprints. As a wizard, I went through many years of rigorous training, memorization of spells, and the different components that make them. I could show you something basic and you could attempt to recreate it. If you are granted no magic, it would have no effect. But if you
That's
are,
worth a shot.
then
I
I'd
felt-
recommend we do it in a safer region.
Of course. Yeah.
But perhaps we should start with this painting, unless you have other questions.
The painting.
All right, lead the way then.
You both enter Meljoji, and Vesha has gone home for the day. You can see that Bartholomew is kind of cleaning up his workstation now. There's not many people here. The front desk lady's gone home. It's just some people cleaning up their stations, and that's about it. But they kind of look at you, recognize you from earlier, and just kind of like nod and go about their business.
Yeah. I don't want to bother Bartholomew at this time because I'm kind of here to show Galleon the painting first. So, if Bartholomew looks this way, I just would nod, but walk towards the painting.
He'd just be continuing to clean his materials.
Those runes there, you see, and it's a portal. It seems of some sort of. I would assume anyway.
Can I make any sort of check on this to determine what the runes might, what magic they might hold?
Arcana. And then I'd also like you to roll me an investigation on top of that. Jesus. Okay. Okay, your Arcana check. As Lavos picked up previously, this painting has a bit of magic infused into it. You get the feeling that this isn't just some like fantastical imagery. This happened. There's echoes of something within the painting. Hard to put your finger on it. And as you kind of scan over the runes, you realize why. The runes themselves are archaic. They are so old. They are well out of practice and even a bit foreign to you. But with your investigation check, you realize something. Lavos' tattoo design looks weirdly like all those runes smushed together.
Ooh.
Lavos, would you mind humoring me for a moment? If you would stand in front of this for me?
Yeah. I smile.
Yes.
No.
This is going to sound crazy. But then again, everything up until now has somewhat as well.
Yes.
I believe this arcane imprint, in a sort of sense, is the conglomerate of all of these runes, these arcane symbols put together to form exactly what you now hold, imprinted on you. That is truly fascinating. Many of these runes are older than some I have seen elsewhere. Some of them I don't even recognize. It's archaic at best.
These would be... I'm not old, right? I don't know how old I am. Are these perhaps just her signature?
Perhaps, simply because you are not old, she very well could be. It is possible, though, once again, conjecture. Please take it with a grain of salt, as it were. Sorry, you probably don't know that idiom.
I know a lot of idiots.
I'm sure you do. The one thing that I can say, regardless of the source of these or how old they truly are, is that they all bear resemblance to that of the school of conjuration magic. I, myself, am a master, quite possibly the foremost master on transmutation magic. Unfortunately, they are not quite the same.
Do you know of someone who knows of conjuration magic and is perhaps the foremost master on that?
I know of skilled individuals that could be of assistance in these matters, though they are far from here. Very far from here.
What are your thoughts?
To be entirely honest with you, I believe you're onto something with your notion of a signature. This looks to be some sort of brand, if I were to venture a guess. Perhaps a unique combination of symbols from Arendelle. As far as the purpose of the conjuration, unfortunately, my guesses would be random at best. However, if we could bring in an individual who is well versed in this, perhaps they would have more thoughts on the matter.
Why did you
Lavos,
become what you are? I know you crave knowledge, but there's power too. What do you use it for? Why did you do it?
well, I suppose at the core of it all, power can affect change. You leave your mark on the world, you leave history, something for others to learn from, so that your life might be remembered and might be an aid in another's life. I suppose that's why I all started it. It was many years ago, though, and times have changed.
You no longer want to leave your mark.
It's not the foremost goal in my mind anymore. I have other goals now. And depending on what I can find, while during my time here in Orivu, I hope to make some progress towards that goal. It's all that matters to me.
What is that goal?
To find something that was lost and very precious to me.
I share a similar goal with my memories.
That you do.
Is it something I can help you with? If I have powers now, maybe I can be of some use.
But being found in such a frostbitten place as this, you have a warm heart, Lavos. And I appreciate your offer.
I need a purpose.
Purpose. You know nothing of this continent, do you not?
Just this village. Barely.
I'll tell you what, Lavos. I will be perfectly straightforward with you. I am a member of an organization known as the Breach Guard.
Oh. Breach Guard.
My travels take me far and wide, and whenever possible, I look for others that might wish to join our cause, but I must be perfectly clear. It does not come without its dangers. The details of which are extensive and laborious, so I will not belabor you with all of them now, but I will simply tell you this. There are a great many magical phenomena
known as rifts that appear throughout these lands. Our organization aims to close them. That is why I'm here. And if you are truly seeking a purpose, the Breach Guard will take you in, especially with my recommendation.
These rifts, why should they be closed? What do they hold?
Well, it's for one what they hold, for another what they take and steal, and what they wreak havoc on along the way.
They're destructive.
They are. They cause destruction in their path. They carry vile creatures with them. And if you're not careful, they'll steal from you too. They are a danger on the land. And we have already been successful at closing many of them, but they're not stopping. That is part of why I'm here. You see, I aim to create a synthetic form of Fatrixite, and if I'm successful, it may be the key to stopping this permanently, though it's merely a theory currently, and I wish not to jump to conclusions.
Do you need more Fatrixite?
It's not so much a matter of the quantity as it is the quality of my work. You see, if I'm able to manufacture this device that I am in search of, well, not in search of, in research of, as it were, then it could utilize this synthetic Fatrixite in such a way that it reverses its normal nature from that of the absorption of magic surrounding it to the expulsion, which would aid in our expulsion of these rifts.
You close these rifts now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, we have closed a few of them, right? Yeah. We do, but it is a very difficult task.
You can teach me how to close them.
Well, I don't know that I can teach anyone simply how to close them. If one has enough power within them, then perhaps, but, and forgive me for the bluntness of this,
I don't know my powers.
Precisely. So I will tell you this. I offered earlier for you to join me in Kikri. This is where this gravitational pole of magic is. It may be the final key to my research. This, and I would pull out this device that you would see. Do you have a picture of it still, or?
I have it up. Let me see.
Is this the Mavis machine thing?
No.
The all-word
Well,
making?
actually, partly.
Magic matter
Maybe
matrix.
left his mark. We'll put it that way.
Did I even upload it? Question mark.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I don't think I did. That's kind of funny, all things considered. And how much
Well, I'll
this
let you
happened.
describe it because you have it. You have a very good description of it. So.
Sorry, too. I'm trying to see if I actually have the picture right now. Already downloaded because the one I showed you was in the file.
Oh, right.
Basically, you would see this sphere. I want to say it's not palm size. I think I said it was about like this size. Like you could hold it in a hand, but you'd be like this, you know?
I see. Yeah.
And in that sphere.
It's like a cantaloupe.
Yeah. And in that sphere, well, actually, not my hand. Anyway, you would see this mechanism. It's a cylinder mechanism that goes straight through it. The outside is kind of like pointed a bit. So like the cylinder's within the sphere, and then outside the sphere on the surface is just these kind of like points. And as you look closely, you realize the sphere is Fatrixite, if I didn't say that already, because I'm having a mental breakdown. No. But there's something weird about it. When you looked at Fatrixite previously, there were constellations in them to you. The pattern.
Yeah.
This is more like glitter. It's not quite the same.
Sparkles.
And then that mechanism is currently on. You see these gears turning and twisting. But that's about it to it. You're not really sure what it would do, but yeah, it's got this mechanism within the Factor site, which the devices you've seen with Factor site, it's more like the device is built around it versus within it.
I see. Well,
This
what is that?
Well, I haven't quite named it yet, but should it work, then anyone, even without a proper affinity for magic, so long as they know how to use it. There are complications. That's part of my research here. Optimally, it will be used to close these rifts.
This is a good purpose.
That's what I've thought as well.
I'll do it.
I must take some time to think about it. It's a big endeavor, especially from here. It's a very long journey.
I don't know where else I would go, what else I would do. I know I'm not to be here, but for a time. I want to.
Well, then I will tell you this. Take whatever time you need here. I'm still here for a while. I've only just begun my research in May, and it will take a little bit for me to gather my findings. By the time I'm ready to depart for Kikri, I will let you know, and you can join me.
I have someone to speak to about that.
Perfect. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help with this.
Oh no, this
Perhaps
was...
it's a starting point.
You gave me a purpose. I find that very helpful. Thank you. Oh,
There
shit.
it is. Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
I had to go
Right.
off of MJ.
That's awesome.
And
Yes,
it's
this
not
is what
on
it
the
looks like again,
stand.
so you can see.
It's not on the stand. So it's just the sphere part with the mechanism within it.
I see.
Um,
Hell yeah.
but
That's
yeah.
sick.
All right. Well, then, if you need me anymore, I'll either be in Ime or, well, somewhere within the town. I'll be sure to try and find you, though.
It seems everyone knows where everyone is. So,
Yes. It's a small town,
I like it.
as do I. Sort of quaint and reminiscent.
I don't know what to compare it to, but I like it.
Quaint it is.
Quaint. Thank
All
you.
right, well, I'm going to get back to my work. I'll talk to you later, Lavos. I'd turn and walk out.
Lavos, are you still talking to Bartholomew?
Yeah, I'll go say what's up, BB. Hi, BB.
Hi.
I knew this was gonna be funny, but I wasn't expecting it.
You went catatonic on her.
Sorry, been a long day. Just gathering my thoughts.
Trying to do the same thing.
Okay. Well, what can I do for? Oh, right. You wanted to know the details.
How prepare?
How prepare? Well, I've laid out a notebook and tried to write it down in small words, notes,
Good.
for read easy.
Thank you.
Read? Nako? Right.
Small.
Small.
I have help.
Right. I help. If can.
Thank you.
Of course. Right. Well,
What's this word?
this word
word?
says. That's what it means big. That one means bigger. Right. Well, you see, Kikri is very special, sacred. And the best way to prepare for it is to learn the ways of Orivu, its people, and of the beasts. And Arendelle. Those three would be a good starting point for you. If you can show them you know respect for it, you given access.
To Ikri.
Right, to Kikri.
I learn respect and show respect.
Or more, you learn their ways, how these people live, how they work, how they function, behave. You become Nako.
Okay.
The best way for that is for the people around you to teach you.
Vukju teach
Vukju.
hunt. I learn hunt.
Vukju, hunter. Vesha, artist.
Jabor.
Painter. Jabor. Right,
I make Jabor. I use later.
you do. Impressed.
Quick learner.
Well, I would suggest that you talk to Vesha. Ask her where you should go next, who speak after.
Okay. I talk Vesha.
Remember, you become Nako. They accept you. You go Kikri.
Okay.
I try to help.
Thank you. Thank you.
You
Malaka.
would hear the door open. It's well after close. And you would see a woman walk in. In her 60s.
We're closed.
And she looks at all of you. And she says, even for your wife.
Oh. No,
And
not closed.
all of both of you would smell this warm, fluffy, freshly baked bread just fill the air around you.
It's like the cartoon just floating towards it.
I don't really feel like she has a basket. I'm sure it's more of like in leathers.
Yeah,
it
buddy.
wouldn't be warm anymore, even if it was. I don't know. As she walks in, why are you speaking like a child?
Oh, no. He's new. Learning the language.
I know small language.
So we use small words.
You must be Lavos. I've heard about you.
I'd be like sneaking a piece of the bread.
SWAT. Instead, hands it to Lavos.
Kunam. Lavos Dinvel. You.
She looks at her husband and looks back. I am Naksai.
Naxai.
Naxai Toznonza from whom things. As she looks at her
Nonza.
husband like, I have the longest name in history.
I just give
will
this
spell
like
it for you.
Sorry, I only remember first. Naxai. Naxai Tonzanonza. Oh my fucking god! Holy shit.
From whom think?
It's a long
Fucking A.
bad chat doesn't know Celestial. Sorry, chat.
oh I know, right?
Damn.
Lavos,
And I just like gesture to her and put my arm over.
love of my life.
I understand.
And then I
Thank
walk
you.
over to the side and just start arranging some things.
Why
I-
are you here so late? Both of you, it's long
Oh.
since
Oh.
close.
I ask help. He give me help. I want what called?
He wants to embark on Neshaksar.
Neshak.
Oh.
I go Kikri. Proof. And he helped. He helped me.
Prove? What are you proving?
I belong.
Neshaksal is not a proof of belonging. That comes before Neshaksal. Neshaksal is a journey. A journey difficult. Not to prove that you belong, but to reap the blessings of belonging.
It helped me to understand. You, this, she, and I point to Arundel. Arundel. I need to understand. Hard journey. Yes. With it comes understanding.
Then you must do work. I suggest, as you learn the ways of our people, you must also learn what came before our people. Visit every Joltun. They are
To
places around the village dedicated to the very things you want to be connected.
your tune. I will do. Thank you.
Yes. I forced him to do it too. He thought it was unnecessary.
It was lengthy.
When you are on a journey to a destination, you must first know where you start.
That's what I aim for. Much is a mystery.
That is settled.
I
have to
leave
be
you
up
now.
at the dawn. Bread
Oh.
doesn't break it. Break? Bread doesn't make itself.
Nor does it break itself, and I'll be taking part in that.
I thank you. I thank you both.
You
Good
can
night.
stop by the bakery anytime.
I will follow my nose.
Oh,
Most
aye.
people do. And they will
Farewell.
depart.
Mhm.
He leaves as well.
That was a huge lore dump session. But
Yeah.
that is where we will end.
Hell yeah.
All
We have
right.
hit our mark.